Hey guys, it's Small Business Marketing Agency. Today I'm going to bring a video to you about marketing a small business that offers trade services to the local area. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a local area, but it has more to do about trade service providing companies like electricians, HVAC, plumbers, a lot more things, painters, roofers, carpenters, deck builders. There is a ton of trade service providing companies nowadays that every small little niche that you could possibly think of exists. And if you're smart enough to discover something that's never been thought about, you're a genius. But let's get into this. So, like I said, this video is relating specifically to small business providing companies. So I'm gonna pretty much break down the basics of what every small business ought to have. The first thing is first, which is Google Business Profile. Yes, you want to create your Google My Business profile. This is very, very important. If you don't have a Google My Business profile, you're probably not getting any business at all unless it's just through word of mouth. And those two are the most common types of customer producing how can I say this? Customer producing routes, which is word of mouth and advertising. Word of mouth is free. Advertising comes at some cost. I could say the same thing about word of mouth, but word of mouth is quite technically free if you could talk. Advertising, on the other hand, you have to pay for, or be friends, or it comes at some cost. That's all I'm saying. So Google My Business. You want to start your Google My Business profile. This does not affect your business taxes, anything like that. This is simply a profile, like a Facebook profile, but for businesses on Google. So let's see my business name. I'm not really going to get into this, but you basically fill this out and you get a verification code through the mail from Google that you have to type in. Once you get that, you'll have your business verified like so. Right here where it has the blue check and verified. This is one of my businesses, JG Construction LLC of Statesboro. As you can see, this is just one of those that I tried out. Verification required. That's what it tells you whenever you don't verify it with that code they send you. So you want to come on the Business Profile Manager and create your business there. After you have your business created, then you can start adding information to your business like an address. And with Google, you don't actually have to have a visible address if you're a service providing company because not everybody works from their home. Not everybody has an office like most trade service providers. And most typically go to your place to do the job unless it's like some shop where they do carpentry, cabinets, stuff like that, or paint jobs, which all of this also applies to paint and body services, HVAC companies, of course, like I said. It pretty much it works for anybody who has a small business at home or on the go. Now, after you have this business profile verified, you can start by editing your profile. Here you can connect your website, have the call option, sorry, your hours. As you can see, this one actually doesn't have an address. It doesn't have an address. As my phone number, business hours, description, no address. The reason I don't have an address is whenever somebody wants my services, I'm not doing the service at my house. I'm doing the service at their house. That's part of the trade, right? That's part of the trades. Unless you have a business where you can do part of the work at home and then the rest at the customer's house. That's typically how it works out, right? For some people. You can also have reviews, which is really huge whenever you have a Google My Business, because whenever you type something here like I did before, carpenters near me, let's do painters near me. The first one that shows up is the guy with the most reviews. So you want to be that guy if you want business. You want to be that guy who wants business. You can add services, products, even bookings, Q&As, photos, message options, advertise. You can do a whole lot with this. You can do a whole lot. You can even create an offer. 10% off this month if you call now. Stuff like that. Stuff's really enticing to some people. After you have that and you don't have a website, you can actually go to card.co and create your website. I believe they have a free version, if I'm not mistaken. I got the pro version, but I've had the free version for a while and I've just thought about upgrading and I finally did. But let me show you this. This is a very good example of mine for a pressure washing service company. I'm not very good with graphics, but I try to do my best on everything, and this is what I came up with. So check this out. Free quotes, pressure washing service, schedule your wash today. That's nice, right? Somebody would do it. This is the idea though. This is the idea. Let's say your customers see this. They're gonna see this through the phone more than often. More than It's gonna be quite frequently on the phone rather than a computer. But this is what your customer will see. They'll put their name, number, zip code, or whatever type of information you require from them, a brief description of their pressure washing project. This is just a picture, my phone number. Very simple, very simple. This doesn't take a genius or anything like that. You can do this on your own with card.co. Create your own URL with their own backend. This is another one that I have. Get a quote from a professional painter. Call now, message us. This all looks way better on the phone than it does on the desktop like now. But you want to have something where a customer can find you, right? They don't know you exist right now if you don't have a Google My Business. I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm willing to bet they don't even know who you are or what you do or what you have to offer for them. No, and especially if you're doing a trade service providing company where people need you like that. They don't look for months on end. They don't look for days to days. No, they go on Google, type in plumber near me now, emergency plumber, emergency HVAC repairman, emergency handyman. They need somebody now. They're not gonna wait for you. They're not. So you want to be as close to them as possible is a good way to put it. This will actually, after they fill this information out, this will actually be forwarded to your email where you'll see it. And then from there, you become a salesman. You sell your own stuff, right? A lot of small businesses, they fail on that. They think, okay, I know how to do this better than anybody else. Okay, but do you know how to sell it? That's the thing. A lot of people, when they go out to give a quote, they just outright give it, right? They don't ask the customer how their day was, what's your name, this and that. They might do a little bit of small talk, but they might think that's enough. It's not. You gotta deep dive and win the customer if you really want it. Small business, right? This is for a small business. This is not for a major corporation like Amazon who brainwashed everybody and sold them on a 2 to 3 day delivery. So you wanna meet that standard that everybody has in their brain right now, which is be quick about it. So that's one way to put it there. Next thing, advertising. Google Ads. I wonder if anybody knows about Google Ads. Everybody knows about Google Ads. Google Ads, though, very powerful. I don't see why anybody's not using it. This is what you use when you want to advertise for your business. You'll get as much money as you put in it out. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. If you're willing to pay Yelp, Home Advisor hundreds of dollars, why not put it in a Google Ads account? You're gonna get way more than they give you. I guarantee it. Google Ads though, you want to make sure you get a good account, keep it up to date, follow their rules and regulations, and get some good convincing lines when you make your ad. Now this might sound difficult because it is difficult. It's hard to become an advertiser when it comes to creating like a description about the sales event, I guess, or whatever you're doing, and that part is very difficult on people. It's basically copywriting where you create a copy that's very convincing for customers to call you. And I'm gonna do another video on all of this on Google Ads, card.co, and Google My Business stuff. But that's the trifecta right there. That's pretty much the trifecta. If you have those three running good together, you'll be really good. And if you have a domain like GoDaddy, you want to have a good GoDaddy domain for your website. That way you can use your website through Google Ads. But if you don't have a domain for your website, you will need one to use it on Google Ads. If you don't have a domain for your website, that's completely fine. Google Ads will actually allow you to make an advertisement simply with your profile, your Google My Business profile. And for the moment, you can use that, which will work very good without a doubt. You want to do that to start off at least, just to get a good idea. And you don't have to throw in hundreds of dollars to Google Ads. You can throw in 10, 20, 30, 40. I'm not really sure what their lowest limit is, but it's probably $1 or something. But that's one good way to start. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Stay sharp.